Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Tonight we have a mostly music-filled evening. Seated at our table, Gwen Thompkins, host of the radio program Music Inside Out, airing twice weekly on WWNO radio. Good to see you, okay?
Thank you.
And he's not quite singing for us supper. That's why I said mostly music. We're glad to see Ian McNulty, food writer for the New Orleans Advocate. Hello,
The
kiddo.
music of our appetites.
The music of our appetites.
Rumbling stomachs all around.
Yes, yes. And soprano Sarah Jane McMahon, who will be performing with us tonight and will also clue us in on an upcoming concert by the group Lyrico Baroque. And performing with you will be Daniel Lelchuk, which is great too. And then also later we have singer Debbie Davis, as we said, Daniel, and the Symphony Chorus of New Orleans. So lots and lots of music. Alan and Poppy return next week, but first up, Gwen.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello. I'm so happy to be back here actually this week because I love Christmas and the holidays are upon us, and that means we've got wonderful Christmas concerts coming up. As you know, at the St. Louis Cathedral, there's a whole slew of Christmas concerts, and in the coming days, you're going to have some wonderful opportunities to see some really good music. On Sunday night at 6 o'clock is going to be Shannon Powell, who never disappoints. Topsy Chapman and Solid Harmony are going to be playing on Monday. That's also at 6 o'clock at St. Louis Cathedral. And Shades of Praise Interracial Gospel Choir will be performing on Wednesday. Also 6 o'clock, St. Louis Cathedral. If that doesn't put you in the Christmas spirit, I don't think that you can get there, actually. But, you know, there's something also that's happening this weekend that's quite important artistically, and that is Sunday at 2 o'clock at the U.S. Mint. Evan Christopher, the great clarinetist, whom, you know, I just love. Evan Christopher and Clarinet Road are going to be performing the premiere of his original composition, which is called the Faubourg Variations.
Oh.
And this is a work that he says was inspired by the neighborhoods of New Orleans. And Christopher is apparently the first New Orleanian to win a grant from the Chamber Music America's 2018 New Jazz Works program. This is a mouthful, but it's worth knowing. The Chamber Music America's 2018 New Jazz Works program, which allowed him to complete the Faubourg Variations. And so Sunday's concert is going to feature some of the best musicians in town. David Tokarnowski, Herlin Riley, Roland Guerin on bass, John Eric Kelso on trumpet, Brian Seeger on guitar. This is really going to be a star-studded affair. Wow. 2 o'clock tomorrow at the U.S. Mint, $21 in cash at the door. Think about that, but it's for art's sake. Exactly. Or you can go on the New Orleans Jazz Museum's website and buy online. Now, mark your calendar for Wednesday, okay? If you're going to go and see Shades of Praise at 6 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, there's no reason why you can't go see Tank of the Bangas, okay? Because they're going to be performing at Howlin' Wolf. Now, Tank of the Bangas are stars of New Orleans, but they've really been spending a lot of time out of town. They've been touring with Big Frida, who's fabulous, of course, and lots of other artists. And on Wednesday, December 12th, they'll be at Howlin' Wolf. They're also going to be appearing with Kings of Brass and the Vegas Cola Band. The show starts at 8 o'clock, and, you know, again, it will shake you into the Christmas spirit, perhaps. On Thursday now, at the Prime Example on North Broad Street.
That is the cutest little place.
It is fantastic.
It's very intimate.
So intimate, exactly, and you're able to sort of maybe see a little bit of of how the musicians do what they do, you know. And this is a good Thursday to be there because Nicholas Payton, the great trumpet player, will be there, along with Roland Guerin and Jamison Ross. And it's going to be a wonderful night. 2 shows, one at 8, one at 10, and it's just, you know, if you're going to bring your honey somewhere this week, this is a good place to go because it is intimate.
And
you're
it's
going
easy
to look
to park.
so smart.
We should point out it's easy to park because with it being on North North Broad, you might be a little concerned about, the activity of North Broad, but it's very easy to park.
Oh, it's very easy to park, and and people treat you like you're $1 million there. And so, as I say, if you want to go and impress somebody, take them over there to see Nicholas Payton. It's worth it. It's well worth it, and I might be there.
All right. Thank you very much. And Sarah Jane, it's great to have you back.
Thank you.
And I know you wear many, many hats, but Lyric Baroque is a group that's very dear to your heart.
Absolutely. We have our Christmas concert coming up, a lyrical Christmas. It's December 21st. That's a Friday at 7 p.m. at Christ Church Cathedral. We'll have a wonderful pianist we're flying in, Ian Parker. He's a Canadian soloist pianist, and he is phenomenal, as well as the rest of the instrumentalists. I'm looking forward to that. And if you happen to be near Place St. Charles next week, I will be singing from 12 to 1 for their holiday festival.
Which days?
In the lobby. It's December 13th, which is a Thursday.
Okay,
From 12 to 1, I'll be singing there with Jesse Reeks.
All right, great. And that's the Festival of St. Lucy, so that's December 13th.
Oh,
as a
wonderful.
matter of
Good.
fact.
Well, I will
Okay.
definitely say some prayers to her.
Okay. And of course, in conjunction with your upcoming concert, some of the selections are from your CD. Hold that up, girl.
Oh, absolutely. My Christmas album, many of the selections that we sing are from this,
beautiful.
from Night of
I've
Silence.
worn mine
Thank
out.
you.
Yes.
Oh, I love this so much. It's available on my website, www.sarahjanemcmahon.com.
Okay. What's coming up for you the next few
Well,
months?
you'll never believe it, Peggy. I'm going to Argentina to sing at the Teatro Colón, and I'm singing Stella in A Streetcar Named Desire. So
exciting.
I'm
Oh, my
thrilled.
goodness.
I have sung
Andre
the role before.
Previns,
Yes,
yes.
and it's one of the most prestigious opera houses in the world. I'm so honored to be asked. So so that's a big thing coming up for me that I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, gee, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And now we will let you move over to the other side of the studio because we're going to join Sarah Jane with LPO cellist Daniel Lelchuk on the other side. And just a reminder that details on all upcoming Lyrica Baroque performances, just go to their website, lyricabaroque.com. And now we will hear Sarah Jane and Daniel play Jesus Bambino.
When blossoms flowered mid the snows upon a winter night, was born the child, the Christmas rose, the King of love and light. The angels sang, the shepherds sang, the grateful earth rejoiced, and at his blessed birth the stars their exultation voiced. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Oh, come, let us adore him. Adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come. Oh, come. Oh, come, let us adore him. Let us adore
Lyrica Baroque and a Lyrical Christmas. That's Friday, December 21st at Christ Church Cathedral, Episcopal Church, of course, and the admission fee is by donation. Also, check out sarahjanemcmahon.com, her website, because you can also get the Christmas CD there, too. New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Claude High Street gave us the name of the song containing the lyric, "Oh, Santa Claus will come tonight down on the bayou," as well as the name of who originally recorded it. The answer is Papa Noel by Brenda Lee. Now tonight's question. This local entertainer recorded the song, "The 12 Yats of Christmas." Who is he? And what was the gift on the 6th day? Email your answers to Steppin Out at WYES.org. Our prizes: a dish towel with the message, "Love the wine you're with," from our friends at wearablevegetables.com. A copy of the book, Fire in My Lens by Armand Richardson, chock full of wonderful images of second lines, jazz musicians, and Mardi Gras. And we also have a copy of the book Christmas in New Orleans, all about the history of Christmas in our city, by John McGill and me. And you can go to WYES.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, including a Garden District Christmas concert this Sunday at the Church of Our Lady of Good Counsel. You can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to see our program. Earlier today, singer-musician Debbie Davis visited with us to share details about her upcoming Christmas show and sing a selection from the show. It is such a thrill to have Debbie Davis with us because she's got her own tradition going for the 4th year. The name of the special event?
Oh crap, it's Christmas.
Why that title?
It kept coming back to us during the recording process. It became this inescapable catchphrase, which I think it does for everybody at some point during Christmas.
Things do get hectic.
Yeah, so we figured we'd just go with it.
So Sunday a week, okay,
Yes.
December the 16th, you are gathering many of your pals,
Yes.
including your husband, Matt
Including my
Perrine.
husband, without whom I could not do this. I wouldn't even attempt it without Matt. But this is kind of a Christmas present we give ourselves. We get together the people that we love to work with, the people we don't always get to work with and wish we could. It's a great band. We've got Richard Scott on accordion and piano, Alex McMurray, with whom Matt and I work with a lot. He's such a tremendous player and songwriter. He'll be playing guitar with us. Andre Boren from Johnny Sketch and the Dirty Notes will be on drums. Jack Kraft from Sweet Crude will be on cello, and Harry Harden on violin. And that's just the band.
You know, it's so New Orleans because I know Jack's daddy, John,
course.
who's also a musician. You know, that is
And
so
so
New
is
Orleans.
his brother Sam, right?
Yeah, yes, of course. And also Spencer Boren, Andre's daddy, is going to be with you
Yes,
too.
he's one of our very special guests,
really
and this is his second time doing the show with us.
Now I'm assuming Christmas tunes will
yes,
be
it's all
the
Christmas
theme
tunes.
here, of course.
It's unabashed Christmas nerdiness.
And at Cafe Istanbul, which is a really great space.
We love
And there's
this
parking in the
space.
back.
There's parking, there's ample seating. It's a comfortable room, but it's still a great listening room.
Well, and speaking of listening, you could listen year-round because there's a CD available too. And how can we obtain this?
You can find that if you are a brick and mortar shopper. You can find that at Louisiana Music Factory, or you can buy it off the bandstand at my gigs, or you can visit ohcrapitschristmas.com. The domain name was free, go figure. And you can find out information about the show and buy a CD and watch videos from years past.
Sounds good. We can't forget this title. Tell us what you're playing for us tonight.
I'll be playing a song that's off the record. It was the last song that we recorded for the record, and it's called There Are Much Worse Things to Believe In. It was actually written for a Stephen Colbert Christmas special about 7 or 8 years ago.
And I am just so proud when I asked you this, I said, how many jazz fests have you played? The number's impressive.
17.
17. All right. Well, we'll let you go and play, and we're delighted you're with us.
Thank you for
Merry
having
Christmas.
me. Merry Christmas, Peggy. There are cynics, there are skeptics, there are legions of dispassionate dyspeptics who regard this time of year as a maudlin, insincere, cheesy, crass commercial travesty of all that we hold dear. when they think that. Well, I can hear it, but I pity them, their lack of Christmas spirit. For in a world like ours, so full of grieving, there are much worse things to believe in. A redeemer and a savior and a beast man giving toys for good behavior. Our faith in what might be and the hope that we might see all the answers to our sorrows in a box beneath a tree. Call it foolish, sentimental. Well, you're clearly none too bright, so I'll be gentle. Don't even try to start vaguely conceiving of all the much worse things to believe in. Believe in the judgment, believe in jihad, believe in 1,000 variations on a dark and spiteful God. You've got your money, you've got your power, you've got your science, and the planet's going to end within the hour. You've got your dreams that don't come true, you've got the ones that do. And then you've got your nothing. Some folks believe in nothing, but if you believe in nothing, then what's to keep the nothing from coming for you? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Now if you'll forgive me, there's a lot to do here. There are stockings still unhung, colored lights I haven't strung, and a one-man four-part Christmas carol waiting to be sung. Call me silly, call me sappy, call me many things, the first of which is happy. You doubt, but you're sad. I don't, but I'm glad. I guess we're even, at least that's what I believe in, and there are much worse things.
Remember that you can catch Oh Crap, It's Christmas starring Debbie Davis and Matt Perrine and many friends next Sunday night, December 16th at Cafe Istanbul. Tickets can be purchased through Debbie's website or, of course, call Cafe Istanbul. Now it's Ian.
Hi, Peggy.
Hello.
Gosh, that Debbie Davis, I love her. I love that show. That's so fun. But I'm here to talk food, and I'm going to give you a little tour down St. Claude Avenue, because if you haven't been down St. Claude Avenue lately, it's changing. I mean, this street is changing fast, and with the restaurant scene, it can actually be hard to keep up. There's been a lot of new ideas coming through, and these ones that I'm going to show you here, basically, if you can imagine it, there's a good chance it's going to land on St. Claude Avenue. It's such an incredibly diverse collection of restaurants now. These that we're going through here have all opened in the last year, joining an already very vibrant, diverse, changing commercial district along that street there. We're starting at Morrow's, which is an interesting spot. Here we have Creole soul with a dose of Korean kimchi. You know, just your typical New Orleans gumbo and bibimbap kind of place, right? But really fun place. Unites the two. It's not really fusion, but just sort of both of them hanging out there together. Really fun vibe. Great crowd in there. I've had great meals and good times there for sure. Down the street, Seed. This is the expansion of a vegetarian restaurant, actually vegan, all vegan, plant-based foods here. They've done really well in the Lower Garden District, decided to expand. They're in the Healing Center. Interesting new option there. Of course, there's juices, healthy dishes, and a bar, because vegans enjoy a good cocktail too, I'm told. And then Poke Chan. This is one of, you've seen a raft of these poke restaurants open up. This is that traditional Hawaiian dish with the raw fish. And it's sort of, imagine sushi kind of deconstructed. Very traditional in Hawaii. Not so traditional the way it's been playing out across America, but this one here, Poke Chan, independent. The best that I've found around New Orleans. And they're having a 1-year anniversary party next week with a dragon dance and everything like that. So you can look up their them on social media and find details on that. And then Estano, I'm practicing my Spanish. Estano, as I just murdered the name, is a Spanish restaurant. It's a tapas place, and it's a very particular type of tapas. Pinchos, they're like these little dishes, almost like a cocktail party kind of thing. You just pick them out by the item. Very traditional back in Spain, a fun, social, casual kind of group dining kind of experience there. And then finally, one I wanted to spend just another minute on is Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain just opened a few weeks ago down St. Claude Avenue in the old Sugar Park Pizza place.
Is the sign up yet?
The sign is still there for Sugar Park. There's a very small sign for Saint-Germain on the door. This is a double shotgun, just looks like another spot along St. Claude Avenue in the back, this nice courtyard patio back there. But what Saint-Germain is part wine bar, part bistro. And when I say bistro, I don't mean the standard French traditional bistro. I mean the modern French bistro, the type that are sweeping Paris right now. The chefs were inspired and brought a similar aesthetic here to St. Claude Avenue. It's this trio of guys who are doing it. They're young, they get a lot of energy, they're really enthusiastic about this, and they're putting out some delicious food in a very casual environment. It's very approachable. The wine bar portion of it, a lot of fun, interesting wines, good snacks. You can just come on in anytime kind of place. The bistro, a little more high-end, but again, in this casual setting. It's a single dining room, 16 seats,
Can
very
you make
small.
reservations?
You have to make reservations, yeah.
I was going to say, do not just show up.
Right, but they're doing a very high-level cooking here, but again, in a casual, approachable neighborhood kind of spot. So again, it's just adding more to the different options along St. Claude Avenue. It's getting to be that kind of thing where if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you're craving, you just drive along that street, you're going to find something to catch your eye.
And there's always St. Roch Market if you can't decide.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, these places are new. They join a scene that's been bursting for a while. A lot of good places, from great burgers at Junction, St. Roch Market, like you said, Shank Charcuterie. I love kebab, sort of a Middle Eastern, European drunk food place. I mean, like I said, if you can imagine it, it's happening there.
Thank you, Ian. And Stephen Edwards and members of the Symphony Chorus of New Orleans came in earlier today to perform for us, as well as tell us about 2 special performances. It's practically a Christmas tradition to have Stephen with us, of course, heading up the Symphony Chorus of New Orleans. This year, once again, the Messiah, a real tradition.
Yes.
But there's going to be a little bit of a twist to it, too.
We have some guests this year. We are collaborating with the voices of Chalmette High, who are joining us for several of the choruses. And we'll be performing the work not only in New Orleans, but also down in St. Bernard Parish at the Chalmette High Cultural Arts Center.
So you have 2 opportunities here. And of course, for folks, we're so used to the Messiah and the Hallelujah Chorus. We know there's so much more to it. It is Handel's oratorio. Explain what an oratorio is.
Well, an oratorio was originally a substitute for opera during Lent. And that's one of the reasons it was originally performed during Lent. But it simply is a telling of a story without costumes and sets, but it's really just like an opera.
And of course, the lyrics are based on the Bible.
Yes. In fact, it's the only one of Handel's oratorios that has words from the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Now, you've been heading up the chorus since 1990.
1990.
Whoa,
I moved to New Orleans to take on this chorus.
And your day job is at Delgado.
Delgado, yes. I teach in the music department. I'm the director of the college honors program there.
Now, if someone would like to be a part of the chorus, what do they do?
Oh, great. Yes. Go to symphonychorus.org and you can follow the links and find out about our audition process. We rehearse on Tuesday nights and we do audition the chorus for membership.
And of course, it's year-round, isn't it?
Pretty much. We go until the end of June and we start up in September.
About 2 or 3 different performances of different pieces of music, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually 4, sometimes 6. Depends.
Sometimes 6. Well, once again, congratulations. I know it's a real labor of love, and we look forward to next Wednesday and next Saturday.
Yes,
the
thank
Symphony
you.
Chorus of New Orleans. Thank you, Stephen. And now,
You're welcome.
what are we going to hear?
We're going to hear O Thou That Tellest from Messiah.
All right. Well, we'll let you get ready for that. Thank you very much.
Arise,
you can see the Symphony Chorus of New Orleans performing Handel's Messiah next Wednesday at Holy Name of Jesus Church, front St. Charles Avenue, and the next Saturday at Chalmette High School's Cultural Arts Center. And tickets may be purchased through the chorus's website. Now time for our picks. Gwen.
Okay, Anders Osborne is going to be appearing on a 2-night stand at the newly purchased Tipitina's, purchased by Galactic. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. It's going to be Friday and Saturday night. 2 very different shows. The first show will feature Joan Osborne, the great recording artist and producer, along with Teresa Anderson and Gina's Forsythe. The second night is going to feature Vince Herman, but Anders Osborne, his 7th annual Christmas holiday extravaganza.
Okay, thank you.
You like cocktails? You like tacos? On Sunday evening, go down to Cane and Table, Decatur Street in the French Quarter. They're always awesome cocktails. We're having a taco takeover with this great chef from Chicago, Jonathan Zaragoza, is going to come down and cook goat tacos and make some good local seafood dishes. That's a one-night only kind of thing, just open to the public.
Thank you. Sarah Jane.
I'm a cantor at St. Louis Cathedral, and on Christmas Day, I'll be singing for 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. masses.
Okay,
Looking forward to that.
Thank you. And my picks are friends Sally Asher and Poppy Tooker. Look how cute. We'll be signing their new books tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Octavia Books. Looking ahead, the New Orleans School of Ballet is staging their production of the Nutcracker in New Orleans. That'll be next Saturday and Sunday at St. Rita Catholic School, a week, we should say, and visit the School of Ballet's website for more info. And then next week, we'll share info on the New Orleans Ballet Theater's production, too. Don't miss this year's amazing light show, LunaFet, which is from now till Sunday. 3 locations, including Garrier Hall, the Piazza, where selections from a new rock opera will be performed by the crew of Vaporwave, and the other location, the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Finally, next Wednesday from 3 to 6 p.m. at WYES, join me and Kevin Belton for a book signing and CD and DVD signings. Get your Christmas shopping done all at WYES and help the station at the same time. Thank you all so much, and thank you for watching. Good night.